Yes, you have to go through the all the content in the LMS portal with respect to your subject. This is with respect to the history of economic thought. Then you have to go through this lesson content. Then at the end of the lesson content, you will have a challenge questions. So you have to click on the challenge question. Then you have to answer the correct answer. Suppose if you are marking a wrong answer also, after giving the submission, it will give one more chance. So in case if the answer is wrong, so it will say the answer is wrong, then you can go back and give the correct answer. Then the the alert will come and answer is correct. Then you can go to the next challenge question. So it's, challenge question 2 also you can go and you can answer your challenge question. After giving the challenge question only, then you can move on to the next step of seeing the LMS content. Then this is the process. So you can also attend, you have to attend the quiz questions based upon the this particular content, first content. There are 10 quiz questions are there. This is all helpful for your competitive examination from here itself. So you can prepare from here itself based upon the content what we have. So a set of 10 questions will be available, so that based on the content you can read and you can identify the correct answer. And some question also will come in apart from the content. You can also find out from Google and you can answer, no problem. It is a method to adopt it to enhance your the capabilities on subject knowledge, so that you can able to attain some competitive examination and can clear. So that is the objective of this quiz questions. Then that MCQ is available in Word format also. And at this end of this, and every lecture, every content lecture, you will have your own objective and course out that content outcome. Then at the end of this every unit, because normally you will have 5 units in the subject, because this is a 4 credit paper, so that you will get 5 units in this first unit. At the end of the first unit, here the second unit is starting. End of the first year, you will also first unit, you will also get one question bank. So all the this first unit which covers this question bank, so that will also be very much useful for your examination point of view. Which are the questions, which is the question pattern they may arise, like that it will come. And in between you will also have one activities like role play activity, group discussion, like that. And I have also given you an MCQ practice question for NetSlet. So if you open, you can able to find out the one folder is there, you can download from here, and that will be useful for your preparation of NET and SLET. So this is the overall idea of this LMS content delivery. And with respect to the topic introduction, the course outcome and course objective we'll discuss now. First, we should understand what is course objective and course outcome. By studying this particular course, I mean the course in the sense one subject, history of economic thought. By studying this one, what is the objective of this course for this subject? This is to enable the learners to understand, the students to understand the economic ideas of world economists, because in the history of economic thought, we are going to study all majority of covering all across the world. What are the economic theories, economic ideas, what we invented and who has invented? That is, we are going to study their contributions to economic theory. Then the other objective is to impart the transition of economics ideas from ancient thoughts to modern thoughts, because the economic thoughts, economic theory, economic ideas, it's not a single idea or single objective or one core idea. In the ancient time, they have a different economic ideas. Then in the medieval time, they have different thoughts. In mercantilism period, I mean mercantilism period in the sense in 1750, 1800 range. In those years, what is the economic ideas given by the greatest economists? Then, during the Quesnay period, I mean that modern economists came. That what is their ideas? Then what is the recent economist economic ideas? Then what is the Indian economist ideas? So, and some of the, not only from the Indian economists, we have the non-economists like Ambedkar is there, Mahatma Gandhi is there, then some poets also, they have given their economic thoughts in their poems. That is also we are going to discuss. So that means from the ancient period to till Amartya Sen, we are going to discuss the various economic ideas, and we can also include the recent economists who won the Nobel Prize. So the recent Nobel laureates also we can discuss as a case examples. So that is the objective of this course, to understand and to able to get the knowledge of various economic theories given by various economists from the ancient period to the recent years. That is the idea of this, objective of this course. So you will come to know all the economic ideas, majority of the economic ideas through this course. I hope you understand. Is it clear, students? The objective of the course?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then what is the outcome after understanding, after knowing these things? What you are going to do? What is the purpose of this this thing? After reading this, knowing these concepts, course concepts, what you are going to do? And we can able to contrast or differentiate between one theory to another theory, because most of the theories are what we are say. It will talk about employment, it will talk about agriculture, it will talk about industry. What is the uniqueness of each theory that we can able to differentiate? For example, physiocratic model is there, mercantilist model is there. What is the difference between those two? What is their economic policy? We can able to identify and differentiate the difference between those economic thoughts. And we can also compare the old school of thoughts and new school of thought, because it is a very big challenge applying the theory into the practical. For example, if you are aspirants of a teacher or a policy maker or want to work in a government professions, so when you want to go there, we have the responsibility to deliver our policy or give the suggestion of our to the policy makers, or sometimes we also may be in the place of making the policies. That time, which theory we can apply? Whether the poverty theory we can apply to eradicate poverty, whether we can give employment policy. For example, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Program, that is one of the economic model, economic theory. That one we can apply, or some ancient theory, old theory we can take, apply that old theory into the agriculture, so that we can able to get a sustainable agricultural from India. Then no, we can apply modern thoughts, applying technology in agriculture or technology in industry. And suppose if you are good in Marxian thought, suppose if you are good in Marxian thought, Malthusian thought, then we can apply some labor theories into labor market, so that the laborers will get better social security measures, laborers will get the better wages, the minimum wages rate, so that we can compare the transition of this old school of thought and new school of thought, and what is the difference between the old school and the new school, and what are the advantages of the old school and the new school, and how we can extract the information from the theory. This all you can able to do by studying these various concepts in history of economic thought. And we could also examine the relevance of economic ideas of Karl Marx, since we are going to study about one of the topic, Karl Marx and Marxian theory, and the what is the relevance of his Karl Marx thoughts. Suppose if Ambedkar is talking about something related to constitution, while he is not only talks about constitution, he also talks about some economic ideas. And Mahatma Gandhi, he also talked about the khadi, rural economy, village economy. Am I right? Am I right, students? No answers.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
But Mahatma Gandhi is an is an economic man. He is an economist.
No, sir.
Not.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, but yes, but he has given some ideas. So that is also we can take his concepts and we can relate to the present economic situation. For example, he talks about the village economy. Now we are working for the rural development. So how we can relate the ideas of Mahatma Gandhi to the present world and present economic situation, present problems happened on agriculture, that we can relate and make the relevance, and so that we can able to invent a new policy for the development of the farmers and rural sector. And we can also estimate the significance of various economists such as Alfred Marshall and neoclassical economists, their thoughts to achieve the general equilibrium. So general equilibrium is the market equilibrium. How we can attain the market equilibrium, we can also estimate through the ideas which is given by Alfred Marshall and the Keynesian or post-Keynesian models. Then we can also analyze the economic contributions of Indian economists in the development of the Indian economy. So first four outcome we can generally will get the information from the world economists, and how we can use that ideas for policy making, for relating the thoughts into the practical situation, and we can also go for how market general equilibrium can be achieved through Alfred Marshall and neoclassical and post-classical theories, and we can also compare the transition of old school of economic thought and the new school of economic thought. That is all with respect to the world level. And we also, as a citizens of India, as a students of economics from India, we also should understand what is the economic situation of India and how we can develop the Indian economy through our Indian economists. Who are all the Indian economists? Can you please name some Indian economists?
Amartya Sen.
Amartya Sen, very famous.
Abhijit Banerjee.
Abhijit Banerjee, very good.
Raghuram Rajan.
Raghuram Rajan, very good. Yes. Mahalanobis. Can we say Mahalanobis? Mahalanobis, you know?
Sir Manmohan Singh.
Manmohan Singh, very good. Manmohan Singh, yes, correct.
B.R. Ambedkar.
Ambedkar. Mahatma Gandhi, he is not an economist, but he provided some ideas of economic thoughts. Yes. So this
Abdul Kalam Azad.
Abdul Kalam, we cannot say economist. He is a scientist, but he has he also given some ideas for the rural economic development called Pura. So
like Mahatma Gandhi, sir.
Yes, correct. But Mahatma Gandhi is he is a social reformer. and he has given the society can be developed through some economic activities which is happen on the rural areas. But what his majority of the life, like Abdul Kalam's majority of the life lies with the science and technology. Yes. Okay. So we can take as an example, but he's not a pure economist, but he has given some ideas of economics, especially for the rural development. Good. Likewise, we can say many numbers, the Indian economists, and those economists we are going to study since the ancient period. Ancient period means from Arthashastra. Arthashastra, Tirukkural, like that we are going to see the various economic thoughts. And after this, we'll also have one entry-level aptitude test. That entry-level aptitude test, as of now, it is since you cannot access it. Once you'll get the access, it will be open. Then you can able to attend this. Then when it has to be attended, I'll inform you before opening that entry-level aptitude test. So that this is the course introduction, so that you can aware of what you are going to study. Is it clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.